Welcome to this video. Today I am playing Human Fall Flat on the CYBERPOWERPC that I purchased off of Amazon, and a link to that computer will be down below in the notes down in the video description in case you want to take a look at it. But in short, this computer has the GTX 1060 3GB card from MSI. It also has the Intel i7-8700 CPU, which is 6 cores, 12 threads. And it also has 16 gigabytes of DDR4 2400 RAM. So in short, do you need that much horsepower to play this type of game? Definitely not. And the numbers in the top left corner confirm that. But basically, if you were using, for example, a GTX 1050 or 1050 Ti, that will play this game just fine. Or from AMD, if you're using an RX 580, 570, or even the 560, you'll definitely be able to play this game. If you're using a CPU that's lesser than what I have in this computer, for example, pretty much any 4-core, 4-thread CPU will play this game. So like an i5 or any of the i7s. From AMD, any of the Ryzen 3, Ryzen 5, Ryzen 7, all of those are going to play this type of game just fine. Now I'm not going to talk during this entire video, but briefly I do want to explain what those numbers in the top left corner mean. Starting from the top row, the GPU in green, that again is our graphics card, the GTX 1060 3GB card, and that percentage is the overall usage of that graphics card while we're playing this game. So it's going to bob up and down depending what's happening in the video, but generally on average it's going to stay in the 20 percentile. And keep in mind that we are playing at 1080p resolution with the graphic details set to maximum, and so this graphics card is more than enough to play this type of game. Also on that top row, it also gives the core clock as well as the GPU temperature and fan tachometer, again all on that top row. And the second row where it says memory in green, that is the VRAM. Again, this is the 3GB card, not the 6. But looking at that number, you can see that we're not even using a third of our VRAM playing this game on maximum detail at 1080p resolution. Also on that same line, the second line, it gives the VRAM clock speed. And then going down to the third line where it says CPU in blue, again it's the i7-8700 6 cores 12 threads, and it's going to bob up and down again on that percentage of overall usage, but generally speaking it's going to be 10 to 15%. So we've got way more CPU power than we need for this type of game. Now with that all being said, please keep in mind if you were ever looking to multitask, using more CPU, more graphics card is definitely something that you want to look into, and we'll get to the RAM in just a moment. But I'm not multitasking while I'm recording this video. The only thing that's running is just this game. The video footage is being recorded on a separate computer, so it has no effect or impact on the performance while this game is being played. And so again, this is way more CPU than we need, way more graphics card than we need. But if we're looking at multitasking, then having more horsepower is definitely something that we do want to have. Now also on that CPU line, it gives the CPU temperature, CPU clock speed, and then on the fourth line down where it says RAM, that's a computer RAM. Again, it has 16 gigabytes of RAM, DDR4 2400, and we're using about 3.5 to 4 gigabytes of RAM. So could you play this with just 8? Yes, but again, referring to multitasking, if you're going to multitask, then you do want to have more. Now that very last number in the top left corner, that last line, that is the frames per second, the frame rate. It is locked at 60 currently while I'm recording this video. So this computer plays this type of game just fine. If you were using lesser hardware, it would also play this game. Now again, I'm not going to talk during this entire video, so I'm going to cut it off here, but I do recommend watching the full video to the end just so you can see how the numbers fluctuate when different things are happening. If you have any comments or questions, please post them down below. And as always, thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you have a great day.